Hey, welcome back to Messy Church today. Look, I've got Messy Snake with me and we've come down to the river today because we're looking at journeys and we're looking at difficult journeys today. And we thought we'd come and see what journeys people were making here. There go some cars and lorries over the river on a bridge. Think how difficult their journey would be if there was no bridge there. How would they get over the river? It'd be a really tough journey. And there goes a train over the river. Imagine if there was no bridge. How would people get over? Today in Messy, we're going to be looking at the story of some people who were on a really difficult journey. They had to go through a desert and they didn't really know what they were doing. And then they had to cross a big bit of water, much bigger than our river here. They had it really difficult, but they also had God protecting them. So we're going to be looking at that today, how God protects us. And we're going to be hearing from Hannah and from Alan and from Helen. We're going to be doing loads of great stuff. So join with us on our journey today as we see God protecting the Israelites and protecting us. I don't think I'll go for a swim. I think I'll come and join in with Messy. Moses and the Israelites set off on a journey to freedom. They'd been slaves in Egypt, but now they were free. But the journey was difficult. But God led them. He led them through the desert. In the daytime, he appeared like a pillar of cloud. At night, he appeared as a pillar of flame, and he led them on to freedom. But trouble was around the corner. They came to a sea, the big sea, the Red Sea. Bigger trouble still, behind them was Pharaoh and the army, chasing them to take them away from freedom. Trouble ahead. But God led Moses. Lift your stick over the water and I will make a path for you. So Moses did it. He lifted his staff and God acted. The waves were pulled back and there was a clear path ahead. The Israelites and Moses continued their journey through the Red Sea, but with dry feet, water on every side. And they got to the other side of the sea, and the sea fell back into place. They were safe. They were free. The army couldn't get them. And they could continue their journey to freedom with God leading them.
One of my favourite things about the summer holidays is sending and receiving postcards. So today we are going to be making our own postcards, and inspired by the story of the Israelites crossing the Red Sea, we're going to be using water and bubbles to make them. I think it's going to get pretty messy.
Today's project is painting.
It is painting. We are going to make some postcards, but we're going to make them using water and bubbles because today's story had a lot of water in it. So to make our postcards, we are going to use some washing up liquid, some paint. This is liquid watercolour, but you could use poster paint. It will just come out a little bit fainter. We've got some thick paper, ready cut, in a postcard kind of size, and we've got a straw. So to get our bubble painting started, we're going to take our cup of water. Now, you want to make sure you haven't got too much water in the cup. And we are going to add a big squirt of washing up liquid.
A big squirt of it, yeah.
And then a big squeeze of paint.
Look, we get blue paint.
I'm going to stir it with the straw. Okay, I'm going to give it a mix. we get to the exciting bit, but it's very important that you blow through the straw and don't suck, because this will not taste nice. Daniel, are you ready to do a bit of blowing? Ooh, keep going. Look at those bubbles. Let's see. See, it's totally full of bubbles. So we're going to take out our straw and then press our postcard on top of the bubbles, like this. And then you want to blow again and get a load more bubbles, and just keep on pressing your postcard on top of the bubbles until it's all covered in bubbles. So we're going to get on and do that now. There we go. So once your card is all covered in bubbles, you are ready to give it a press with another piece of paper. So if we lay that down, and then just press another piece of paper on top, it's going to pop all those bubbles and lift it off. And then there we have one beautiful bubble postcard. Now we just need to decide who we're going to send it to and what we're going to say to them. We hope you have fun doing your own bubble painting.
Remember Everest.
You're going to send it to Everest. Good choice. We hope you have fun doing your bubble painting, and we will see you next time.
Bye.
Hello, it's Helen, and I'm back for Fidget Time. I'm really excited to be with you to help you get active today. And our story has been about the Israelites journeying through the Red Sea with God protecting them. And I thought, what games could we play to do a journey? And I have got out my Twister game. So without the normal rules, I wondered if you could jump from green to yellow to green to blue to red, and you could jump all over the circles to get from one side to the other, or from the short side to the other. But if you don't have a Twister game for jumping on the colours, I wonder if you've got a rug with some patterns and you could jump through the patterns. If it was a rainy day, you could do a journey game that way. If it was a lovely day, you might go somewhere and you might go for a walk, maybe by the river, maybe by a park, and you could play I Spy. You could say, I spy something beginning with T. And if you're in the park, that might be a tree. Or if you had gone to the beach, you could say, I spy something beginning with S. And it could be the sea, or a seagull. The tricky ones are the best. Or you could say, I spy with my little eyes something beginning with S. And if you're at the beach, it might be the sand on the floor. You can think of all kinds of creative things. If you're going for a drive, or even if you live on a road where cars go up and down, you can play the game Yellow Car. And this is how you win. The players have to shout yellow car every time they see one, and they have to count up how many they see. It's much easier in a car. But if you see a van that's yellow and you shout yellow van, you lose all of your points for all of your cars, and somebody else will win. So you could play a car game while you're driving. You could even play I Spy. If you're going very fast, people might not guess it. You could play it going on a walk on a journey, or you could have a journey in your home with some of the games you already have. Enjoy!
We're going to sing My God is so big, so strong and so mighty, there's nothing that he cannot do. My God is so big, so strong and so mighty, there's nothing that he cannot do. My God is so big, so strong and so mighty, there's nothing that he cannot do. The mountains are his, the rivers are his, the stars are his handiwork too. My God is so big, so strong and so mighty, there's nothing that he cannot do. My God is so big, so strong and so mighty, there's nothing that he cannot do. My God is so big, so strong and so mighty, there's nothing that he cannot do. The mountains are his, the rivers are his, the stars are his handiwork too. My God is so big, so strong and so mighty, there's nothing
again, we're thinking about how God protects us on our journeys. So I wonder what journey you might be doing this summer. We haven't been able to go very far for very long, have we? We've been stuck at home with our family and we haven't been able to go anywhere, but now we can a little bit to be safe. And I wonder where you might go. I wonder where your dream trip would be this summer. I wonder if it would be to the park on a hot sunny day. And if it is, you might need some of this to keep you safe. You might need your sunscreen, your sun lotion, just to protect your skin from burning. So that's one thing to protect us. You might want to go on a cycle ride. You might want to go through the common or down by the river, and you would need, hopefully you would need one of these to keep your head safe. You need a bicycle helmet to protect us just in case we fall off. And I wonder if you're driving along, playing your games, you would need your seatbelt on, wouldn't you? And your seatbelt would protect you on your journey. And that's how we're protected as we go. But in our story today, the Israelites were protected by God and only God. How amazing is that? As they travelled through Egypt, out of slavery, away from the mean Pharaoh, God was with them. And he lit up the way at night with a pillar of fire and during the day with a pillar of cloud, so they knew where to go. It was like their own personal sat-nav. And God led them safely through the sea, and he protected them. He got them all to the other side. And do you know that God is with us too, wherever we go? And do you know what's even more exciting is he's with us as we go, but he's there when we get there, and he knows what it's going to be like for us when we get there. God is always with us, looking out for us and protecting us, just like he protected the Israelites. We might not see the fire, we might not see the cloud, but I know God is with us wherever we go. So let's pray. Father God, I thank you that you protect us, that you're with us wherever we go, that you're ahead of us and you know what it's going to be like when we get there. I pray you'll protect us all this summer and get us ready for school and nursery. Amen.
So as you go on journeys over the next few days, maybe teeny tiny ones, maybe much bigger ones, maybe ones that make you feel a bit scared, or maybe ones that you love doing. Whatever journey you go on, God is with you. God who is amazing, God who loves you, and God who can protect you. Let's together now say the grace. Are you ready? So may the grace of our Lord Jesus Christ and the love of God and the fellowship of the Holy Spirit be with us all evermore. Amen.